I am a total perfume addict, a perfumerino. I have an obsession. I have well over 500 fragrances. This is my nice shelf behind me, but I have closets and closets full of fragrances and drawers of backup bottles, and it is my love, it is my passion, and I have a ton. But of those 500 plus, which ones do I actually wear? I challenged myself to take notes basically on and off throughout the year to see which ones I really do wear the most and which of these 500-ish are my like signature scents, if I can call any of my fragrances signature scents, because I do wear different ones quite frequently. But it turns out that the ones that I have here beside me on the chair that you can't see are my actual signature scents, turns out, and the ones that I actually do wear a lot, usually multiple times a week. So if you guys are interested in seeing what my actual signature scents are and the fragrances that I actually reach for most in my 500 plus collection, then keep on watching. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Yana. This is The Scented. We talk about all kinds of fun fragrance things. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell. Stay tuned for new videos coming up. We'll do the fun fragrance things together, and let's see what my signature fragrances are. I have some designer, some niche. The first one we're gonna touch on pretty quickly because I think you guys already know I've mentioned this one a ton. This is my second bottle. I finished a 50 ml and I do decant them, so I don't go through all of them myself. You guys can sample any of these on thescented.ca, but this one here is Montguerlain Bloom of Rose EDT. The EDT is the magical one for me. This has a lovely fresh rose note combined with the lavender and vanilla. I do pick up quite a strong lavender note in here. There's also neroli, which to me isn't strong, but it is there, like it is present. It is a fresh, very feminine, very elegant, comfortable scent for me. This is a fragrance that I never regret wearing. I put this on and I feel good every time, and I feel like myself. You know how sometimes you can put on a fragrance and it just feels like you're wearing someone else's perfume? This is not that for me. This is 100% me. As with all the fragrances on this list, I put them on and I feel very me in them. And I think that's one of the most important things with a signature scent, is that you really just feel so comfortable and yourself in that scent. And this one just makes me so happy and makes me feel beautiful. And looking at the little pile beside me, it looks like it's the most affordable one on this list. You can find this one on Fragrance Buy for like $70, so very reasonable as well. The other scent that I find myself reaching for all the time is Chanel Coco Noir. This has climbed to the top of my favorite Chanels. This is a very warm, spicy clove, rose, patchouli scent. It's ambery, it's rich, it's comfortable. It doesn't project too much, so it's not a super loud scent, which is something as well that I look for in a signature scent. I don't want it to be overpowering. I want to smell it bits and pieces here and there, but I don't want it to overwhelm me. I want it to be comfortable. And this is just a nice spicy fragrance. After having my baby, I've been really into like spicier scents, and this one has become my signature scent throughout my pregnancy and afterwards. So when I first got it, I couldn't decide my favorite between this and Coco Mademoiselle, but I basically completely stopped wearing Coco Mademoiselle and only really reach for this most of the time. Out of Chanel's, I mean. That one I reach for a lot. I've also been reaching a lot for Chanel Chance Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum now suddenly has become the one that I love more. I used to love the EDT, but now I got the EDP and it just has more warmth in it, and I crave that now. Erin Mediterranean Honeysuckle. My favorite honeysuckle scent. This just smells so fresh and so clean, a little bit kind of soapy fresh, shampooey. I did compare this one before to that baby wash from Johnson & Johnson, Cotton Touch. It has a similar sweet honeysuckle type of note in here. I think that's why I love it so much, is because it reminds me of that baby wash. It's just my happy mom scent. Very comfortable as well, not super long lasting. So truth be told, Erin is not the strongest performing brand, but I do love their fragrances. They all just smell so good to me, and I don't really care. I'm kind of cursed with loving fragrances that don't last, and I've just accepted it. I do get about 3 hours out of this one, so it's not too bad. I can always reapply. It's just such a beautiful scent. I've smelled so many honeysuckle fragrances, nothing quite compares to this one. It's my favorite. And another one from Erin that I reach for a ton, and I got 2 backup bottles because this one I like completely sold out on the decant shop, and now I'm down to like my last little splash that I'm going to use up myself, but I got more. So it's restocked. This is a cozy, like cashmere sweater type of scent. It smells super fluffy. It smells like the way that that pampas grass behind me looks. This like fluffy, cloud like, soft, very cozy effect. It's a little bit sweet. It's not a heavy amber musk scent. It's actually quite clean smelling. So the name is a little bit off from the actual scent. It does actually just smell very, very clean, especially on my skin. It's very comfortable. So this one mostly is an evening reach for me, just a cozy kind of evening in. And most of my evenings are in, let's be honest. YSL Libre, this is another one that I've loved basically since day one. Although we did have a rocky relationship in the beginning and it was a roller coaster. I thought I hated it, then I loved it, then I hated it. Anyway, we landed on that I do actually, in fact, love it and steadily have loved it. And this is a different take on lavender vanilla. This has a strong orange blossom note. It has almost a laundry-esque freshness to it. It has a very distinctive scent to it, and I especially love the dry down on clothing. That's what really hooked me on this fragrance, was how I fell in love with the way that it smells the very next day after I smell my clothing when I've worn this scent. It's so beautiful. It's another comfortable scent, and this is probably the strongest one of the strongest ones in this bunch. I do prefer this the most out of all the YSL Libre flankers. I just recently did a video comparing all four, so I'll link that up here for you guys if you want to check that out. But this is my personal favorite. I do like that stronger lavender note that this one has. It works well on my skin, and it's definitely one of my signature scents. By Rideau Bal d'Afrique, this has been a signature scent of mine for a while, and it's still on this list. There's only a few here that have really stuck it out, and this is one of them. This is a happy marigold vetiver scent. It smells like the color orange. It's actually very uplifting, very easy wearing. Again, not a super long lasting one, so I do like to layer this one with all the body products. I have the body wash, I have the cream, I have the hair mist, what have you. I have it all. I just love how this smells. It's really unique. It's just a scent that is me. The next few are newer, but I have been reaching for them tons. So this is from last year. I acquired this one last year, and this is Goutal's Tenue de Soirée. This is a nice, dry, woody iris scent with blackcurrant as well. Blackcurrant is a note that I find I really like in fragrances as a supporting note. It just seems to work really, really well on my skin. I love the iris in here. This is the epitome of an effortlessly elegant scent. It works so well. It is another one that is not a massive projector, but it actually does last all day on me, and it is a compliment getter. Everybody always compliments me on this scent. I've put a close friend of mine on this fragrance, and she too gets compliments all the time. Super work appropriate, super date night appropriate, just like works anytime. And come on guys, the pom-pom, like half of the fun is the bottle, let's be honest. Iris seems to be one of my favorite notes, and Féminin Pluriel from MFK is another iris and rose sort of powdery makeup-y scent with a freshness and a touch of sweetness that just is magic. This fragrance to me is magic. This is a very well put together woman that's just kind of simple, and that's me. I feel like I'm pretty well put together, but also super simple. It just works for me. It's another effortlessly elegant scent. So fresh, just pure. It smells pure. I can't get enough of this one. Right now, it's my favorite from MFK. So I got this one, honestly, a few months ago. I've been wearing it loads. So it is a recent signature scent, but it is one that I've been reaching for a lot, and I think it's gonna stick around. And Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming. I used to have the fragrance oil, and I don't think I've ever really talked about this fragrance on my channel. I used the fragrance oil, somewhat recently picked up this bottle, and I've been wearing it so much. This is a fruity, creamy, musky Miss Dior flanker that has a dominant note of pomegranate, a really lovely pomegranate, raspberry. It's so cozy, it's sweet. To me, it smells like there's vanilla in here, but there is no vanilla note listed. So it must be the musk that gives this soft, sweet base effect. I still get the original Miss Dior DNA, but a lot smoother and softer. This one I reach for mostly in the evenings, and it's a little bit sexy. It's like a subtle sexiness. I really love this one. It just works so well for me. It's the original Miss Dior. It's beautiful, but I don't reach for it that much. I have the 2017 bottle. It's lovely, but for some reason, not quite me. This one is totally me. I also just picked up the Miss Dior Le Parfum, the discontinued unicorn, and I totally love that one. That one's mostly amber patchouli, and that one's probably going to become a signature scent of mine, but because it's discontinued, I'm probably not going to talk about it too much, but just putting it out there right now. And Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique. This is my go-to special occasion scent. It has been lately anyway. This is an airy peony scent with oak moss. It has a tiny bit of bitterness. There's orange blossom in here, but it's all very airy and not sweet. And that for me is the key. I can't do sweet. I need those notes to be grounding, to be a little bit earthy and light enough and have like an airy effect. And this one definitely has an airy effect. It is a strong fragrance. This is probably one of the stronger ones and very, very long lasting. I talked about this in my Holy Grail fragrance video that I'll link up here. This is a fragrance that is on a pedestal for me. Like, I really just reach for this one on special occasions. It's a special gem. It's pricey, very pricey. And for that reason, I do save it for the more special occasions, but this is so me when I go out. This makes me feel super confident. It makes me feel really, really good about myself. And I think that's a key as well in fragrances and your signature scent. It needs to really make you feel the best that you can feel. So there you have my 10 current signature scents, the 10 out of 500 plus that I reach for the most. These are the ones that I truly do reach for the most. Well, I have throughout this last year. They are, it seems, my signature scents. Are they my favorites of all my fragrances? Probably not, but they are just the ones that speak to me the most and that I reach for the most. I constantly circulate through fragrances, try new things, find new favorites, and I think that's part of the fragrance adventure, and I think we all do that, but it's always fun to see on paper exactly which ones you seem to just gravitate to the most. I would love to hear which fragrances you guys gravitate to the most and how big your fragrance collection is and which ones out of those you end up reaching for. It's always fun to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it fun. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.